Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Kim, the Globetrotting Girlie, and I'm back to give you a tour in two parts of Dreams, Las Mareas in Costa Rica. If you're not already familiar, Dreams is a part of the Hyatt collection, so you can absolutely use your Hyatt points to stay here as well as other properties. One thing I really liked about this property is that it's secluded in a tropical rainforest, but it's going to take you 90 minutes to get there. Yes, you heard me correctly, from airport to door, 90 minutes. So if you're not looking to make that drive, this is not the property for you, but I'm going to be honest, it went really fast for me. When we arrived, we were greeted by the staff and then were given some champagne and then escorted to the preferred lounge. Depending on who you talk to, the preferred lounge or preferred class is said to be better. I'm somewhere on the fence as I do preferred usually wherever I go. Now, one of the perks of being preferred is that when you check in, you don't check in with everybody else. You have this private lounge, you have like dedicated staff that give you concierge that support you throughout your stay. And then throughout the day, you get to stop at this lounge and they have like small bites to eat. Just a little pit stop, a way to refresh yourself, which is not available to you when you make a standard reservation. We'll talk a little bit more about preferred class in a minute, but let's get into our King Ocean View Suite. Now, I love the fact that they have like welcome items for you, like champagne and fresh fruit and things of that nature. That's a part of the preferred class. Preferred class is also said to have better views and better rooms. We stayed in building 4, which is not too far from registration. It was at the top of the resort, so we could kind of overlook the rest of the resort. We could see the ocean, but then also it was where a good portion of the food is. So you'll see the Rendezvous bar, you had Coco's Cafe, you had the club nearby, you had 3 restaurants. So if you want to be close to like the food and the activities, you'll want to stay in building 4. Also, something to note, the closer you are to the trees and the higher up you are, the more likely you are to encounter these monkeys. They call them cariblancas, right? Like white-faced monkeys. They will come, they will take your stuff, right? Some people really enjoy that aspect of this resort. If that is not you, if you do not want access or interaction to wildlife, don't go on higher floors and try to get a building that is not close to the trees. But they are wild animals. It doesn't matter where you are. If they want something, they're going to come and get it. I also was told to make sure that you lock your doors because they can open the doors. They will come into your room and take things. Thankfully, we did not have that experience, but it's good to know. What we're touring now is the master suite. If I would have known that this is what this room looked like, I probably would have chosen this room, and it's not even my favorite room, but I really love. I don't even need this much space, but this is great for like big events like weddings or vow renewals or meetups, birthday parties, if you really want to go luxury. As you can see, it's very spacious. I love the fact that they have that patio or that balcony where you can kind of look over. It's extended so you get a bigger balcony than normal. Y'all, wait till you see the presidential suite. The presidential suite, they only have 2 on the property and they're oceanfront. Now, one thing to remember as well, this is a personal preference, but they do have what's called swim up options. So if you are on the ground floor or the lower level, you do have the option to pick a room that has like a small, let's call it like a lazy river. They call it a swim up. You can actually open up your doors, your balcony or your patio doors, and right there take a few steps and you're right in the water. Y'all, I love that. I usually go with the swim up option, but I knew that I wanted to have more interaction with folks this particular trip, and so I didn't want the swim up option. Nonetheless, let's get into this presidential suite. When I tell you I was sold when I walked through this place, I walked through it 2 or 3 times. I was like, okay, if I were to come back here, if I were to get married, if I were to do some type of big event here, this is where I would be. Remember, I said there's only 2 presidential suites. You see the swim up below, and then you also see this one, this upper one. There's only 2 levels in this particular building, but the other buildings have more than 2 levels. Completely spacious. Look at this. They not only have 2 balconies. One is that private balcony that we were just on, and this one is the extended balcony. It extends from the living room area to the primary bedroom. If you stay at the presidential suite that's below, do you see that you get your own cabana? You see that little moat, that little walkway? You get your own cabana, y'all. I'm telling you. You know, but again, some people don't want to go the swim up route, but if swim up is your thing, definitely consider this. I know that you know that the price per night is going to be a nice piece of change, especially depending on the time of year. But if you want more information, go on their website, because it's going to vary. I will tell you this, that their rainy season in Costa Rica runs from about May to end of October, early November. So I'm told it's usually cheaper during rainy season, okay? But you just got to check it out for yourself. And these presidential suites, let's just say if you have the coins to do this, absolutely recommend. Did you see that indoor and outdoor jacuzzi? You see the jacuzzi right there? Do you see the bidet? Did you see the jacuzzi outside with the television? Now, I'm not a jacuzzi girl, you know, when it comes to going to hotels and resorts, but for some people it works for them. All right, now that we've taken our room tour, let's get into a property tour. We're walking past the food options in Building 4. Remember, this is Building 4. There's the World Café, which is like the general buffet for everyone. Right there in the corner is Portofino, which is an Italian restaurant. Now, one thing I can say about this property, it has a good number of pools, but aesthetically, it's really pretty. I mean, and because you're in the rainforest, it's a lot of birds chirping, it's a lot of animals. Like, it is so serene. It is what you think about when you play, you know, the jungle sounds or the tropical sounds and things like that on your YouTube, or when at night, you know, it is exactly like that. Exactly what you're seeing in this video, this is the essence of this property, and that's one of the reasons why I really liked it, is because it was gorgeous. The staff was nice, the food was okay, we want to get into that, but decor and aesthetics and peace, I just felt at peace here. Absolutely, 10 out of 10 would recommend when it comes to the layout of this property. It's a lot of steps. It was a nice little distance from my building, Building 4, all the way to here. We're right by the beach and the ocean at this point. Here is another pool. We're getting ready to walk past the excursions desk over here with Amstar. So if you wanted to go kayaking or you wanted to do other water sports and activities, you can do that here. Also down in this area are several other restaurants. One of those restaurants is Seaside Grill. Unfortunately, we weren't able to eat here just due to time. And then right next door, kind of connected, is another restaurant called Oceana. So they're both seafood restaurants. Now, we did eat at Oceana, and probably of all the places we ate, it was my least favorite. I mean, I did try some things that were outside of the box for me, but it just wasn't hitting, as the kids say. It wasn't hitting. All right, here's another area. Now, this spot is usually used for weddings, but of course, as you can see, there are beach chairs and umbrellas and everything in this area. So it's semi-private. You don't necessarily have to be quiet during the wedding, but most people are like swimming up to kind of see and to cheer them on. And it's really nice. They have this jacuzzi area here. I love the pool options. Like, it never gets crowded in the pool, which I could enjoy. However, I would suggest that if you want to rent a cabana, which does come with one or two chairs with it, with the umbrellas, if you want to rent a cabana, I believe they're like $75, $80 a day. You need to rent them early because they go really fast. And the best cabanas I heard are 10, 11, 12, and 13. But don't tell anybody I told you. Anyway, now let's jump into this Japanese spot. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to try Hitmisu during my trip, but I would definitely recommend it because I absolutely love hibachi. Gohan, I didn't get a chance to visit either. Again, y'all, we were off the property. We were doing excursions and things like that, so we really didn't get to enjoy the resort in its fullness. But if you like sushi, very small sushi restaurant, I do recommend that if you are preferred class, that you have your concierge to book reservations for you. I am told that you only need reservations for the Japanese spot, but listen, better safe than sorry. Okay, I've only visited this spot one time while I was here, and this is called the Rendezvous Bar. Again, they have a bar, they have a piano player, and this is like a really nice lounge area. I don't want to say that this is for our senior saints and our older folks, but it's for our senior saints and our older folks. Now, here's a hidden restaurant right next door to the Dreams Resort. I mean, literally. It actually is being used for most times by wedding parties for either like a wedding dinner or like what do you call those, engagement parties and things like that. It's kind of connected to Dreams. Like they use it and they say it's a part of the collection, but then they say it's private property. Either way, if you would like to have some traditional Costa Rican food, you can go right next door. I mean, come to the edge of the property, right at the beach. You make a left and there's Lapal Lapa, okay? As you can see, they have dining underneath that thatch roof, but you can also dine in this sandy area here. I mean, literally right next to the property. Most people don't know about it. Check out Lapal Lapa. All right, now we're going to be heading back to building 4. Remember, we looked at the World Café. Well, we passed by it, but we're gonna actually go inside of it. But before you get to World Café, there's a place called El Patio, right? It is a Mexican restaurant. I will tell you, I did not like my food here either. I'm gonna do better with you guys with taking more like reactionary videos and recording myself while I'm in here. I try to be really respectful of people's privacy, and sometimes people don't like me recording. But I will tell you, the food wasn't all that great, and the guests that I was with agreed. Like it was a no for me. And it's not what you think of when you think of like traditional Mexican food. I would say it's more on the unique spectrum. Okay, still in building 4, but we just went upstairs. Now we're gonna go to Coco's Cafe, which is right across the way from the Rendezvous bar. Here you can get coffee, danishes, tea, you know, the things that you would get for like your early morning folks, right? For free. They're not open all the time. If you go to another resort though, they're usually open 24 hours. We won't even get into that. But let's focus on the fact that behind Coco's Cafe is a nice souvenir shop. I did not buy anything from here because, again, you guys already know I've been to Costa Rica. So I was like, I've seen everything, I've done everything. I got the t-shirt and I got the snow globe. Okay, so that's Coco Cafe. All right, so you heard me mention World Cafe. I call this, like I call every place at every resort where everybody goes, the watering hole. This is where everybody comes to eat. Now, again, usually I do try to record when people are not around. People get really nervous. They feel like they're going to be on camera and all kinds of things. So I really try to be respectful. So I jumped in here right before they open, but I am going to give you a few snippets of what the food was like here. I actually enjoyed the food. I came here for breakfast one day and I was like, okay, this is a place I could go. This is where everybody usually goes for breakfast. If you are preferred class though, there are other restaurants that you could go to, like Portofino, which is next door. It's the Italian restaurant. You can have breakfast there as well. It is not buffet. It is made to order. And I usually got the waffles, I got eggs, I got bacon. I just like things made fresh. If I can avoid the buffets at all costs, I usually do that. I only stop at the buffets when something I want is not available and I just need something to hold me until dinner time. So yeah, one of the other things that I liked about this resort is that they have several bars. Oh, one of the things I didn't share is they have like another food spot that's for like quick bites. So like your quesadillas, your hamburgers, your fries. That's near the middle of the resort, near the preferred pool area. And let me tell you, just because it says preferred, they're not monitoring it. Let me just be honest. And I've never been to a resort other than like maybe Planet Hollywood that actually like monitors to make sure that you're preferred or you're star class. Nonetheless, I have a part 2. I want to tell you more about this resort, but I need you to come back. So you know what to do. Subscribe to my channel, share this with a friend, leave a comment. Don't be a stranger. I promise I won't be either. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.